are now 2 weeks out from the PCA British Finals. Obviously coming off the back of 2 wins. This is going to show you exactly the level we train at 2 weeks out from the biggest show of the year. Leg day. It's going to be one to remember. Let's get it. So exercise 1 is always adductors for me. I like getting these stretched. I like getting these warm first before I do absolutely anything. We'll then move on to leg extensions. We'll then move on to seated hamstring curl. And then we'll get on to the compound lifts, the leg press and the hack squat, finishing with calves as well. So as we go through the warm-ups, with this especially, like it's the first exercise, with adductors, I'll always do 5, 6, 7, 8 warm-up sets. Starting off with a high rep, well not even a high rep, like a 6 to 10 on a very light weight. And then as we progress through the weight, i.e. getting heavier and heavier, I'll bring the reps down, meaning we're only doing 1 to 2 reps maximum, because we don't want to waste energy on weights we know we can lift. I see it time and time again with people, and they'll do 6, 7, 8 warm-up sets, 10, 12 reps a time, on some weights very close to what they're trying to progress on. Like, what we have to remember is muscle growth is an adaptation to a stress. So we need to do as little as possible that's going to impact our working sets. So what I tend to do is, like I say, as I get closer and closer to working sets, I'll bring the volume right down to just like 1 to 2 maximum warm-up reps. And then as we get close to the set, like I say, we will then obviously up the weight and then attack the set. We're on to the final, say 1 warm-up set left. Literally looking at the stack here of 125 kilo. I'll just do 1 rep on this, and then, like I say, we'll load up for the working set. The working set is a stack of 30 kilo, and then we'll attack it. What I do now, guys, obviously I've got the logbook here from last week, and this is just going to show you this session isn't just like a one-off. We're trying to make progress on last week. So this isn't like a session I'm just doing for YouTube. This is a session we do week in, week out, trying to make that progress. So like last week, stack plus 30 kilo, we got 13 reps. Today we go for 14, even 15. Exercise 1 done, progressed on both sets, a rep up on each set. And this is what I say about people in training, like, and prep. What you'll find with a lot of people is their intensity and everything drops massively. As soon as they decide they're going to prep or it gets a bit tough, the training drops like phenomenally. I've seen it time and time again, where it's almost like I can't train that hard anymore because I'm prepping on, my food's a bit lower. Now, the main thing you always find with that is the moment you drop your training intensity, you create your own surplus. I.e., if you're used to training at a certain level where you're burning 400 or 500 calories, and I've seen it where people, the training will diminish that much. They'll go from burning 400 or 500 calories to barely 100. You then create a 400 calorie surplus. And then that person will come in and be like, oh, my coach has dropped my food, my coach dropped my food. Yeah, because you then, over the course of the week, you may have created a surplus of like 2,500 calories if you obviously add up over time. So the main focus with all prep, and this is why I say going over this today where we're constantly in for progression. If you go back through my book from the start prep to now, I've got stronger week in, week out, meaning my food has stayed at an all-time high of every prep. So just keep your intensity there, your food will stay where it is, easy. So exercise 2 on here, we're looking at leg extensions. We do this single. 1, I find the connections 10 times better, and 2, it was getting a bit daft where we were just kind of sticking weights on here, there and everywhere. Because once you've obviously maxed out the stack, you then have to look at somehow extending it. So we went to single with this, and I just find the connection so much better. So again, we're talking 4 or 5 warm-up sets on this, working up to our working weight. Again, dropping the volume on each warm-up set as we progress. Right now, 165. Last week we got 11. Aim for 12 this week. Yeah. So rest times, guys, like, people say to me I rest a lot between my sets. Now this is 100% true, but when we're looking at muscle growth being an adaptation to a stress, in reality it does not matter how long you take to rest. As long as mentally you can stay in the session, it does not matter, because at the end of the day no one goes, oh, I got X amount, and I only had this rest. No one's asked. The only thing we're bothered about is causing that new stress. So if I take a minute, if I take 2, if I take 3, 4, 5, as long as I get that progression in the gym, cause that new additional stress, that's all that matters. So like I say, I do take a long time between sets, but it gives me the best chance to get that progression that I'm after. Easy work. So that's adductors done. Leg extension, again, progression on every set up to now. We then move on to the hamstrings. Again, obviously, a lot of warm-ups in this because it's the first time we're using our hamstrings today. And in reality, we need to look at all these as warm-ups for our compound lifts, so our leg press and our hack squat. So I'll always do 5 to 6 to 7 to 8 warm-up sets of each one. Again, like I've said several times, as we progress the weights on the warm-up sets, we bring the volume down to give ourselves the best chance to get the progression of the sets we're after for today.
Everybody wants to Those that work forces are the same like burn crosses. Forces are the same that burn crosses. Now you do what they told you. Now you do what they told you. And now you do what they told you. And now you do what they told you. Those who died are justified for wearing your badge and your chosen right. You're justified. Those that died for wearing the badge and your chosen right. Those who died are justified for wearing the badge and your chosen right. You're justified. Those that died for wearing the badge and your chosen right. Come on.
So for that exercise there, that's a new weight. So we're starting off in the rep range. I'll always work in kind of 2 rep ranges on legs. So the first set I always do like a 6 to a 9. And then the second set, obviously, we go with a lighter weight set of around a 12 to 15. We need 2 sets per exercise, 6 exercises today, 12 sets total. So again, progression on the first set on hamstrings. We'll then look to make progression on the second set. Easy way.
Test me, nobody will ever fucking catch me. I have to be the best. This is all I got. I am all the pain, cause the pain will never stop. You're better than this. I'm better than this. You're better than this. I'm better than this. You're bigger than this. I'm better than this. You're bigger than this. I'm better than this. You're bigger than this. I'm bigger than this. I'm better than this.
6 set, 3 exercises up to now, 6 sets. All we've seen progression on. And this just goes to show we're 2 weeks out, ready to go again, and progressing in the gym week in, week out. And like I say, it's just about keeping the intensity there. Like, no matter what, I say this to clients a lot, when you're going through hard sessions and stuff like that, like, the time is going to pass. You may as well give it everything, because no matter what, we're going to attempt each set. We're going to spend the time on that machine. We're going to spend the time on that exercise. We're going to spend the time in them sets. We may as well get the progress. We may as well put 100% in, because no matter what, you're attempting it. And it's something similar to do with everything. I'd rather give 100% at everything than do something anyway, do it subpar, and not get the progress you could do. So just give it everything, don't, yeah. Keep your intensity there, keep the progress there, and just get it done. We now move on to the leg press now. This is a relatively new machine in my gym. So progress on it has been pretty good up to now, obviously, because we're not finding out the weights, but, you know, a couple of sessions at the start was used to find out what weights we're using. And now we're pretty much at a good level with it now. So a machine I really like. It's not like your standard leg press like we have here. It's a converging leg press, so you'll see the movement on it's a bit different. But yeah, an absolute class machine. Shout out to Rob Taylor for this one. Right from his gym right to here.
Goddamn weight on my shoulders, all I'm trying to do is live my motherfucking life. Supposed to be happy, but I'm only getting colder. Wear a smile on my face, but there's a demon inside. There's so much goddamn weight on my shoulders, all I'm trying to do is live my motherfucking life. Supposed to be happy. Just like Jekyll and Hyde. All this anger inside.
So we now move on to the working sets of the leg press. Last week, 300 for 10. So this week we're looking for the 11th, 12th. Yeah, and then the back off, we're going to go 250. Last week we got 14, so. One more!
So keep this thought in mind.
Yeah! So there we go. As you can see here, 150 per side, 300 kilo, 150 per side. We got that additional 1 rep. If you think this session is just being done for YouTube, it isn't. It's week in, week out, session after session of progression. And that is how it's done. Like we can see here, got that 1 rep on the first set. Second set, 125 per side, 250 kilo, 14 last week. Get that 15. So yeah, that's a leg press again. Additional rep on each set. So that's 8 sets up to now. Every single one of them a progression. But we've got to remember here, I'm no training partner. I have this logbook telling me what I got last week. 2 weeks out, calories are at the lowest they've been, but still getting it done. That's all we need, this. That's 4 exercises done, 2 sets on each. Obviously progression on each up to now. Now we're going to the hack squat 5th Like a lot of people will reply, like I'll put this on at like 300 kilo. And a lot of people reply like, fucking hell, like that's nuts, that's crazy. They don't realise we've already done like 8 sets before that. And then we're attempting the X squat, so this will be a big set now. So with this machine in particular, obviously, like I say, we've already done now 8 sets. We're going on to our 9th and 10th set. Obviously, the first and second set of the hack squat. We don't need to do loads of warm-ups, so I simply put a plate on either side, do a rep. Put a plate on either side, do a rep. Put a plate on either side, do a rep. Because the last thing I want to do, obviously, we put a lot of volume through the legs already at a lot of heavy weight. The last thing I want to do now is start putting more and more volume than we actually need to. In terms of, if I did 5-6 reps each plate on here, we're looking, you know, if we did 5 warm-up sets at 5 to 6 reps each plate, we're looking at 25 to 30 reps on weights we don't need. So I'll simply do 1 rep at a time, up the weight, 1 rep at a time, up the weight, until today we're going for 300 for 7. Last week we got 300 for 6 for the first set. And then we're going to up the second set's weight from 200 to about 220 today.
I'm happy to announce a new release on Spectrum Music. That's by a new artist on the label, Resident. So a celebration in
Radio Guest Mix.
Drop bars without to go napalm. And that's why they call me Bad Company. I want to know. Bad Company. Till the day I die. Bad Company. I want to know. Bad Company. Till the day I die. Until 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 the day I die. What is all the ways that I am the face to face? If I am the heritage, will the song remain the same?
All trying to do this with my motherfucking life.
Can't say 7.5. Back off. 200. Now, last week I had like old Zach training with me, one of Ryan's other clients, and it was one of these sessions again. And we just took the second set to complete failure, similar to that first set there. So I can't remember the exact number we got. It was in the high teens. So we're simply going to up that today and then just go for it again. So fortunate enough, today we're starting the second set from the bottom end of the rep. Last. So we're fortunate, like I said before, to start this from the bottom of the rep because we failed on the first set. The second set, so the first set I'll always try and complete a rep and rack it when I think it's right. The second set, I always take to failure where I cannot complete a rep. So the bottom end of this the end of this exercise will finish in exactly the same place. Obviously, first set with 300 kilo. This we're looking at 210 kilo. So starting off at the bottom, though, starting off in the hole, which is obviously the majority of you know is the hard bit of the exercise. So. Failure is the only option on this set. Go until we fail. set. Now, 10 sets of progression. 2 weeks out. So that's 10 sets. Now we move on to cars. So that's 10 sets of progression. We're now 2 weeks out. The lowest the calories have been. Solo training. Just got my logbook telling me what I need to do. Some heavy metal music. One of the best gyms in the country. And we're getting it done. 2 weeks out, second to last leg session. We move on to cars, but very successful session. So to calves now. 2 sets on here like everything else. First set I stacked 12 last week. Second set 155 for 15. So aim for 13 on the first set. Aim for 16 on the second set. For calves, I'll just do one warm up like we've just done then, 3 or 4 reps. And then we'll go straight to the set. Calves are pretty warm, to be fair, as we say we're now. This is the 11th set on legs. Obviously, not every one of them attacks the calves, but doing one warm up on this just works for me. I know people do more, but I just do one. Oh! Wish I could find a way to disappear. All these thoughts that make no sense. I find this in ignorance. Nothing seems to go away. So as you can see there, 2 reps up on each exercise there on each set. Stack for 12, stack for 14. 155 kilo for 15, 155 kilo for 17. That's 12 out of 12, 12 out of 12 sets. All progressed on 2 weeks out on the lowest food. No training partner, just my logbook to tell me what we're doing. Just heavy metal music. One final thing I always do on legs. It's not in my program, I just like to put in 1 set on each glute in the form of a glute kickback. So it's nothing too chaos. It's just a nice stretch exercise to really get a bit of blood in the glutes and finishing them off, because with a convergent leg press and with a hack squat, they will get a lot of work. Now we just put that finer detail, put a bit of weight through them, and finish off legs. So with this again, like I say, it's not something we're going chaotic on. We're not going to fucking destroy, like, our legs are pretty much done. Well, they're done anyway. But this is just a way of finishing off the glutes and just finishing off leg day with a nice stretch on the glutes. So I don't do any warm-ups for this, just straight in on the 10th plate. Last week we got 12, this week we went for 13. Again, a nice, slow, really squeezed movement. That's legs done. Every single set we've progressed on there. Very, very happy with the numbers. Very, very happy with everything. But it just goes to show, as I said it at the start of the session, that so many people have seen, obviously, being a gym owner, with, we do have a heavy amount of competitors in this gym. And one thing I always stress at the start of any prep to any competitor is keep your training where it is. Because if you don't, you will cause your own surplus. See it time and time again where there is a place for pulling your training back. As you get really close to the show, in reality, you're not going to look at gaining loads of muscle, but I'm talking like 7 days out. I see it time and time again where people are 12 weeks out and they'll start to pull the training. Now, what we need to look at is muscle growth in its most basic format being an adaptation to a stress. And that is how you grow muscle. Now, the intensity, the effort, the weight, the reps is what made that muscle. If you pull that back, you will lose muscle tissue. It's a fact. So what we need to look at is not only do we look at progressing in the session, but minimum we need to look at keeping our strength. So I'll always say at the start of a prep, my main goal is to keep my strength throughout this whole prep. Now, you can go back through all of my logbook for this prep And you'll see not only have I kept the strength, but I've progressed every single session. And every single session has been like that. Like, just because I got that additional rep today doesn't mean last week's additional rep was easier. It wasn't at all. Last week's additional rep was the same as the additional rep this week. But obviously, like I say, muscle growth and adaptation to a stress. So we've recovered well, we've slept well, we've eaten enough protein, we've got supplements in there as well to aid recovery. And then we've come back and we've been able to get that new additional stress. So every single session you've seen there, every single session is like what you've seen there. It's not like I said it 3 or 4 times today. This session wasn't just for YouTube. It wasn't just like, I'm going to go all out for YouTube. It was, I'm going to do my normal session and get them additional reps I'm coming for, like I've done every single week in, week out. So like I say, you can go back through my logbook and you can see that over the course of the last leg day or the last leg days, we've constantly made the progression where we've got them additional reps throughout the whole of the leg day. And then you can see it on other sessions where on push day, we've constantly got that additional rep where we've gone, for instance, incline press here, 102 on the 10th of the 9th, 102.5 kilo aside for 6 reps. The following session, I went for 105 aside for 4 reps. The following session, 105 for 5 reps. We have constantly, from the start of prep, got that progression. And I could go back in that incline press that I've just spoke about there, probably started off at around 80 kilo aside. But week in, week out of this 16-week, 12 to 16-week prep, whatever it's been, we have constantly made that progression. And like I say, not just on legs, like on every single exercise. So like I say, if you're thinking of competing or, you know, you're a competitor, but your training's dropping, just your main goal should always be to make that progress. The main goal of a whole prep is to keep that strength. Why? Because like I say, the strength that you've got is what's made that muscle. If you get rid of that and you start to pull everything back and you start to lift less, you will not retain the muscle you've got. So I hope you took something from that leg day today. Any questions, drop me a message. And we'll see you again for the next one.